Okay, I'm going to go on ahead and do this quick video since Retro Chad had an earlier version of this out. I said I would make a video of mine. This is the transistorized version of the Mohawk Midgetape. This one is called a Chief. Basically the same design, except instead of sub-miniature tubes, it has a transistorized amplifier, which I'll show in just a minute, but I'm just going to give you an outer look at the case here. This particular one is in very good condition. That little item here is to turn on and off the transistor amplifier. Its speaker is right here. I believe that's an earphone jack, or either that or an indicator. I can't remember which of the two. I think it's an indicator. And then you have the main controls. I'll open the machine up in the next segment. Getting inside the machine is fairly simple. There's a small latch that needs to be opened, and it exposes the playing area. This is one of the cartridges, which I'll pull out in just a second. That's all metal. Endless loop reel, I believe. No, actually I take that back. It's not endless loop, but it plays almost just like a cassette. It does have two sides. And then back here, if I can do this one-handed, I don't know if I can. I can. Here's the battery compartment. I need to make a reproduction battery of this. It's 10.5 volts and will power both the amplifier and the motor unit. This is what makes mine different from Retro Chad's. All the electronics, amplifier and such, are in this little pack here. And there's a little speaker on this end over here. Next segment, I'll pull out the cartridge. Okay, as promised, here is the cartridge for the Midgetape. And as Retro Chad mentioned, it's very heavy. It is made out of metal. It does two sides. Mine in particular will do 45 minutes on each side. Here's the transport. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. It probably needs to be done by two. Basically, it's just a matter of inserting, threading it in properly, which I'll do a little bit later. It's just not easy to do with one hand. And basically, you just close this cover, flip this switch, and it starts playing or recording, depending on what you configure it to do. If anyone was curious about how you rewind a cartridge on the Midgetape, it's quite simple. This small item here becomes a crank. What you have to do is push this down. This little red item then latches into the inside of the cartridge, and it's just a simple matter of winding in a clockwise direction, and that in turn rewinds the tape. Went ahead and took apart the Midgetape, partly because I wanted to show the insides. Second of all, if you might have noticed on some of the playback, the output's very spotty and very weak. A lot of it's going to have to do with these little electrolytics. Those are the infamous Nashville electrolytics that are made, I believe, out of ceramic. And from what I understood, they weren't all that hot when they were brand new back in the 50s, and they don't get much better over time. And I suspect those would have to be replaced before I can have decent output. And perhaps in a later video I'll go through and replace all of those and make this set running. Also wanted to show you, this is the little transistor amplifier. There's the speaker, pretty much all there in one piece. No electrolytics in here whatsoever. It's all just straight transistors and resistors. And that's the on-off switch.
Who will celebrate his 25th birthday on the eve of the big event at PIR, won Rookie of the Year honors in the Indianapolis 500 last year, and then went on to finish 5th in the United States Auto Club Championship division for the season. Agajanian's advice to Vukovic last season was just go out and finish the race. You've got lots of time. Billy heeded the advice so well that he finished in the money 18 of the 25 events he entered. Only other driver in the championship class that had 18 money finishes was Mario Andretti. Vukovic, driving Agajanian's fame, number 98, joins Andretti, National Driving King Bob Yancer, and Tucson's Roger McCluskey for the 1969 USAC inaugural PIR. Precio, Agajanian, who came here used a master gun for the $2,000 Mickey Racing Show, said he had seen most of the named drivers there and expected their entry shortly. He served as Grand Marshal. Vukovic will celebrate his 25th birthday on the eve of the big event at PIR, won Rookie of the Year honors in the Indianapolis 500 last year, and then went on to finish 5th in the United States Auto Club Championship division for the season. Agajanian's advice to Vukovic last season was just go out and finish the race. You've got lots of time. Billy heeded the advice so well that he finished in the money 18 of the 25 events he entered. Only other driver in the championship class that had 18 money finishes was Mario Andretti. Vukovic, driving Agajanian's fame, number 98, joins Andretti, National Driving King Bob Yancer, and Tucson's Roger McCluskey for the 1969 USAC inaugural PIR. Precio, Agajanian, who came here used a master gun.
This recording was done in November 2008. This is Henry Banks's machine. I'm now putting my voice in here for posterity. The machine does work still after 50 years. And at this point, let me present my daughter.
Hi.
You my face. You having fun?
Okay.
Yeah. You having lots of fun?
And bathroom.
Yeah.
And car. It's a car. And bathroom.
Well, at this point, I will just stop the recording. This is enough to give you an idea that the Midgetape still does work. It doesn't give the best audio in the world, but it does prove that it does function properly.